Alright guys, this is JLo138. What you're seeing in front of you is this is my Switch, and I have the AVerMedia LGP2 Portable 2 kind of velcroed to the back of it because just basically so I unpack it, it doesn't take much time. Now, in order to velcro it, I had to remove this rubber backing because Velcro doesn't like to stick to that. It's velcroed to my Switch dock because behind this cover door there's the HDMI port, which I fed through and into the device, and there's also a USB port, which I'm able to power the LGP2 Portable as well. And right now, it's outputting to my TV, as you can see right here. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I wanted to go over something that I found out. Now, first of all, I upgraded because I had the LGP2 Portable 1, and I record in PC free mode pretty much 99.9% of the time, and it's very frustrating that I get these TS file types. You know, I wasn't too worried about the 1080p 30 frames per second this one does, but it's just the file types. I can't work with them. Now, this device will do 1080p 60 frames. It gives you the MOV file types. That's great. That's exactly what I need because I have an iPhone, iPad, and MacBook. I can airdrop that file between all my devices and edit it with no problems whatsoever. Now, there's another thing, and another bonus is the SD card. Now, it's a micro SD card. I got a 64 gigabyte, and basically I have one of these in there, the Extreme Plus, but it's a 64, and you format it to exFAT and it will give you seamless recording, so you can fill up the card with one single recording. The old one, every 4 gigabytes it would stop and start a new recording, and you would lose a few frames. Sometimes when it started a new recording, it would record for about 4 minutes and then stop and then start again. You wouldn't lose anything but those few frames in between, but it was kind of frustrating, especially when you wanted to piece it all together and you got those TS file types. They were very annoying to work with. Like I said, the Switch dock is taking care of everything. It's powering the device. I have the power, the HDMI coming from the Switch dock and a very short cable here, and then I output. So as you can see, I take it out, it comes off the TV, so you know that it's passing the signal through, say 1920 by 1080. You may notice that on the bottom here, I have a 90-degree adapter. The reason I have that is so it stands up. It kind of gives it a little support. I'm audio lining into that port. That is where the image for the controller is, and then the one next to it is the headphone out. And the volume button, I don't really use those, and I just set it to PC free mode. Basically, the whole thing, with the exception of this HDMI that goes to my monitor at work, everything is packed up and ready to go, so I can just grab the whole thing just like that out of the bag and I'm good. So this cord is my line in audio, and what it does is I'm using a splitter here. I don't have a two-way splitter, I only got a three-way, so it's a little bit more cluttered than I want, but it goes line out of my camera here. Now this camera does 1080p at 60 frames, which is one reason why I bought it, but it also does audio out as well as a camera off function, so I can use it as a microphone and do the line out audio, where I have volume control on the side, and I also have gain settings for sensitivity and such like that. And I have a splitter so I can monitor all the audio through headphones. Now the reason I have these two devices over here is this was one that I was using. It's the older version of this, but it doesn't do 60 frames, but it works the same way. It has your gain dial, and it has your headphone, which also works as a line output for this device. I can't say it'll work as a line out for everything, but it does for this device. And initially I was using the Zoom digital recorder. It's well built like a microphone, and it's the same settings as, there's your headphone jack / line out, your volume control for that, and here's your gain for your microphone on top. So all these devices will work as a line out option for this. The reason my phone is over here is because what I do is, here's my TV, the game audio is coming from the TV. His voice from the speakerphone. He can hear me when I talk. My voice goes into there. The game audio goes into the mic, and it's all fed line in into the capture. With the camera setup, I can also record video and record myself. So when I hit record, it will still line out and everything will still work normally, but I'll also get a video on SD card which still has the same audio as what it is lining out. So when I do picture in picture, it'll be so much easier for me to line up the two. Now I haven't done any of the picture in picture yet, but I have done some online gaming where I use just the microphone and speakerphone on my phone so you can hear him. And next I will show you what that sounds like. Alright, it's recording now.
Alright, cool. Can you hear me pretty good?
Oh yeah, I can hear you pretty good. See, I got you on speakerphone, right?
Okay, yeah.
But I'm lining in the audio into my digital recorder. Right? So then I have a splitter from my digital recorder and I'm wearing headphones. So
okay, I was about to put my headphones in and see if that'll work, because I can only hear one on my deal.
Yeah.
It won't put both. I don't know why, because all my other stuff does, except for that one. Okay. What's up? So I'm about to do that real quick. Oh, what's this? Canyon? Oh, Canyon.
Already? Oh, nice.
Already, dude. Already.
That's actually kind of... Watch this.
Water.
Break that water against the wall, and we might be able to use that to get down. Right here.
Right here? Hold on, where you... Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, that water. I did see that water.
And we can probably use that to get down. Look at that iron already.
That was awesome.
I don't know, that's why you keep me around.
Oh, dude, that goes right into lava.
It does?
John, it goes right into lava.
Well, then it just stopped the lava then. So perfect. Right?
What?
I said, well, that's perfect then. That's like the farthest drop I've seen in the game in a while.
Look at this. It's stupid. It's like a hell thrown up on Earth.
Alright, so real quick before I show you the PSP capture, this is what it looks like. The PSP converter is coming out of the PSP itself, and my screen has already been transferred to the TV. Now there's a little bit of letterboxing, but there is a zoom button on the device. If you zoom in when you're on the main screen, everything will be like zoomed in way more than it should. So you wait until the game is there, and then it will it'll look much better. Now, for some reason, the audio that comes out of the PSP converter is terrible. So I have to use the headphone jack out and then go to a speaker, which basically replaces the volume on my TV. I've tried everything to get around that, but even by going through the volume controls on here, and it just doesn't work. So it looks like a lot, and it kind of is, but it is the most portable way for me. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna load up the game real quick. So as you can see, it's letterboxed. I'm gonna push this zoom button here. There we go. All right, I'm gonna go to arcade mode, and
Hey, it's time to make some crazy money. Are you ready?
here we go.
That's it?
Come on, get it.
Thanks.
It's party time.
So when I play the PSP
Up on the hill.
zoomed in
Hey! Ooh.
on the TV,
Well, come on, then.
it
Let's get going.
looks really pixelated.
Oh,
The capture,
Hey!
time bonus.
it's hard for me to talk and whatever, but the capture looks way better.
Come on, get it.
I don't know, it's like a little softer and less jagged. Maybe
Party
the sharpness on my TV is up too high,
Yeah!
which is generally how I like it.
Yeah!
But for the PSP, when you play in zoomed in mode, it looks way more pixelated
Oh
and
no!
looks kind of dated. But
Yeah!
capture comes out good though.
right on.
Let's go!
Come on, move out the way.
Time bonus. I am the best.
Here's one.
At your service. Thanks. It's party time. Drive me down to get some yummy chicken.
So basically right now what I'm doing is I'm playing using the PSP as a controller.
Right on. Make a left.
Oh, almost.
Oh, damn it!
Nobody's perfect. I said that way. Ooh. Ah. Time bonus.
Alright.
Hey, the best.
Creature there.
Wow.
Yep.
I didn't expect to get here so fast. Come on, get it. Thanks. Yeah, we be on our
So I'll
way.
drop this guy off and then I'll cut off this game and play something else.
Oh. Gee, I got you. Go straight. Time bonus. Nothing I can't handle. Whoa.
Let me hit the zoom button. Hopefully it don't mess with my capture. There we go. Zoom out of that. Because PlayStation 1 games don't need to be zoomed. Alright, I had to stop and change the controls. Because they had it like preset where up was drive, and then like the analog was to power the weapons. I was like, no, can't do that. Need some weapons. Come on. Sorry I'm not talking much. I haven't played this in a long I haven't played this in years, and I used to be good at this, and now I feel terrible just recording it. At least one of my homing missiles got him. Alright, well I guess that's it for that one. Here's one. Haven't played this one forever either. Always shows that car. I don't know why. Ever since I played Twisted Metal 2 for PlayStation 1, I always selected that car. Don't tell me. It's one of those. This drives a lot better, gotta tell you that. There we go. Got another one.